Have you ever wished you could time travel just to communicate with and help your younger self? But I don't mean changing what happened in the past. I mean going back one moment where you messed up and your mind went something like this. Man, I'm such an idiot. This happened because I'm not good enough. This happened because I don't deserve to be here. Because I had one of these moments in one of my very first corporate job nearly 20 years ago. I made one mistake at work, and it didn't just make me feel embarrassed. It made me feel like a complete failure, like my entire life was over. But then something strange happened. In that moment, it felt like a future version of me showed up right in front of me and told me, "You're okay and everything's going to be okay." Psychology research suggests that when you remember the past, you're not just replaying it, you're rebuilding it, which means the way you remember your worst moment can change. And neuroscience research also shows that when you vividly imagine the future you, it can change what you do right now, how you feel, how you choose, and how you show up. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I time traveled to communicate with and help my past self. Not with a time travel machine, but in a way you can actually do yourself. So if you ever felt bad about who you were, or let someone else make you feel that way, this video is for you.
I time travel to help my past self.
So during one of my breathwork meditation practice this week, a memory of a strange experience I had popped into my head. I was working in a fast-paced investment bank and I had this big report to deliver. And I was trying to be impressive, trying to finish it as fast as possible. And somewhere during that rush, I made one big mistake in a spreadsheet formula. And when my manager's manager noticed it and called it out, I felt like such an idiot and so ashamed. And that night when I went home, I stepped into the shower and I just collapsed on the floor, crying like a kid and the water running over me. Because in my mind, that one mistake meant something bigger. It meant I'm not good enough. My whole life is basically over. So later, when I get out of the shower and sat down in my living room, I felt so desperate that I even asked God, the universe, or whatever you call it, please help me. And in that moment, I looked at the window glass in front of me and I saw my own reflection. But strangely, it didn't feel like I was looking at me. It felt like I was looking at future me, an older, wiser kind of version of me, someone who had already lived through many years of life experience. But even though he didn't speak any words, I felt his message to me so clearly. You're going to be okay. And all of a sudden, I felt so calm and peaceful. And I felt deeply grateful, not to the universe, but to this future version of me helping me when I needed the most. Alright, so after 20 years since that incident, now I actually discover that what happened to me that night wasn't just woo-woo. It's actually explainable by science and psychology. And it points to one simple thing. Your past isn't a place you visit. It's something your brain quietly rebuilding every time you remember it. Most people think memory works like a documentary movie. You press play and you watch the past accurately. But psychology research suggests it's not like that. Your brain is more like a video editor. Because every time you remember the past, you're rebuilding the scenes and then saving it as a new movie, with whatever meaning you attach to it in the present. And that's why your worst memory can feel worse each time you remember it. Because you're not just remembering the events, you're remaking it through whatever you're feeling today. And that feeling becomes the meaning you save back into your memory. So if today you feel anxious, ashamed, or small, you're relabeling your past self as, I'm an idiot, I'm not good enough, I don't belong. So your past self is directly connected to your present self. Every time you recall a memory, you're changing how the past version of you is remembered. And there's more. Your future self isn't something you have to wait for. It's something you can bring into today. Because neuroscience and behavioral research show that imagining future you can change what you do right now. There's research on something called future self continuity, how connected you feel to future you. And study shows when people can really picture meeting the future self, even through virtual reality games, they tend to make more future-oriented choices, like saving more money, thinking longer term, and taking better care of themselves. So when I saw that future me reflection in the window nearly 20 years ago, someone wiser, calmer, and kinder, it instantly helped me feeling more calm and peaceful. So here's what you can do to time travel and meet your past and future selves without any time machine. It takes less than 1 minute, and you can do it 3 tiny moments a day. First, when you first wake up, bring to mind your younger self, even just a quick image, and quietly say to yourself, "Thank you for what you've been through. You got me here." And notice what happened in your body, even a tiny drop in tension. Next, on any micro moments during the day, like before a meeting, or you're waiting for your computer to open a file, take 1 slow breath and say to yourself, "Thank you for showing up. I'm still here." Again, notice any shifts in your body. And finally, in the evening, right before you go to sleep, imagine a future version of you, calm, steady, kinder, and say, "Thank you for what I'm becoming." And that's it. Before I learned the psychology and neuroscience behind the past, present, and future selves, I used to think that the present and future selves were basically stuck with whatever already happened in the past. By learning the science behind meeting my past, present, and future selves, I started thinking differently. Maybe my past flaws and mistakes are not as fixed as I thought, and maybe my present and future selves are not controlled by my past. Because I can revisit my past in a different way, reinterpret it in a better light, and speak to my past self with compassion. Like telling him, "You're okay, and everything is going to be okay." And maybe the future me isn't just an imaginary fantasy either. Maybe that wiser, kinder, better version of me is not somewhere far away. Maybe he is already part of me, right here in the present. So maybe the past me, present me, and future me are not separate people in separate timelines. Maybe we're all connected, right here, right now, like best friends walking through life together. So if you have any meeting your past and future self stories, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. It really helps me make more videos like this. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.